INFJs are known as the rarest personality type in the Myers-Briggs spectrum, making up less than 2% of the population. They're celebrated for their empathy, insight, and deep emotional connections. But if you've ever felt like an INFJ doesn't care about you, you're not alone. INFJs are incredibly selective about where they invest their time and energy. Their boundaries, values, and unique personality traits can make them seem distant or detached, even when they're not trying to be. Today, we're uncovering 10 reasons why INFJs might not care about you, or at least why it might feel that way. Whether you're an INFJ yourself or trying to understand one, stick around because these insights will reveal the hidden dynamics of the INFJ personality. Reason 1. They value authenticity. Above all else, INFJs have a sixth sense for authenticity. They can often tell when someone is being genuine and when they're not. If they sense that you're putting on a facade, exaggerating, or hiding your true self, they'll struggle to form a connection with you. Why this matters? INFJs, authenticity isn't just a preference, it's a core value. They believe that meaningful relationships can only be built on honesty and vulnerability. If you're unwilling to be real with them, they'll perceive the relationship as shallow or insincere, and they'll emotionally withdraw. An example: imagine you're sharing a story with an INFJ, but you're embellishing the details to impress them. Even if they don't call you out, they'll pick up on the inconsistency and feel disconnected. On the other hand, if you admit your struggles or vulnerabilities, they'll respect your courage and open up in return. How to bridge the gap? If you want an INFJ to care, show them your authentic self. Share your true feelings and intentions, and don't be afraid to let your guard down. Authenticity is the key to earning their trust and emotional investment. Reason 2. They protect their energy. INFJs are incredibly empathetic, which means they absorb the emotions of those around them. While this makes them compassionate and understanding, it also leaves them vulnerable to emotional exhaustion. Why this matters? If you're overly demanding, dramatic, or constantly seeking their attention, an INFJ might pull away to protect their energy. This isn't about rejecting you, it's about self-preservation. They need space to recharge and process their emotions, especially if they're already feeling overwhelmed. An example: suppose you're constantly venting to an INFJ about your problems without considering their emotional capacity. Over time, they'll start to feel drained and might distance themselves to recover their mental balance. How to bridge the gap? Respect their need for solitude. Understand that when they step back, it's not personal, it's essential for their well-being. Offering support and understanding during these times will strengthen your connection. Reason 3. They prioritize depth over quantity. INFJs crave meaningful connections. They're not interested in casual friendships or superficial interactions. Instead, they focus on forming deep, lasting bonds with a select few people who align with their values and emotional needs. Why this matters? If your relationship with an INFJ feels surface level, they might not invest much energy into it. They want relationships that challenge them intellectually and emotionally, where both parties can grow together. An example: an INFJ might decline an invitation to a large party, but happily spend hours talking one-on-one with someone they trust. They prefer quality time over social quantity, and their connections reflect this preference. How to bridge the gap? If you want to deepen your relationship with an INFJ, focus on meaningful conversations and shared experiences. Show them that you value depth as much as they do, and they'll be more likely to invest in the connection. Reason 4. They can sense manipulation or hidden agendas. INFJ have an uncanny ability to read people's intentions. They can often sense when someone has ulterior motives, even if those motives aren't explicitly stated. Why this matters? If an INFJ feels like you're being manipulative, self-serving, or dishonest, they'll immediately lose trust in you. This doesn't mean they'll confront you directly. They're more likely to quietly withdraw and create emotional distance. An example: if you're trying to use an INFJ for personal gain, whether in a friendship, workplace, or romantic relationship, they'll pick up on it. Even subtle cues, like inconsistent behavior or insincere compliments, can raise red flags for them. How to bridge the gap. Be transparent about your intentions. Show the INFJ that you value the relationship for what it is, not for what you can gain from it. Trust is everything to them, and honesty is the foundation of trust. Reason 5. They're overwhelmed by the modern social landscape. The fast-paced, hyper-connected nature of today's world can feel overwhelming for INFJs. Social media, casual interactions, and superficial conversations don't align with their need for depth and authenticity. Why this matters. If your interactions with an INFJ feel rushed, shallow, or impersonal, they might struggle to engage. They prefer slower, more intentional connections that allow for genuine understanding and emotional resonance. An example, an INFJ might avoid group chats or social media platforms where the focus is on quick, surface-level exchanges. Instead, they'll prioritize private conversations or in-person interactions where they can truly connect. How to bridge the gap. Show the INFJ that you're willing to slow down and invest in meaningful communication. Whether it's a heartfelt message or a face-to-face conversation, taking the time to connect on a deeper level will resonate with them. Reason 6. They have high standards for loyalty and integrity. Timestamp 20/1. 2400 INFJ hold themselves to high ethical standards, and they expect the same from the people they care about. Loyalty, honesty, and integrity are non-negotiable for them. Why this matters. If you betray an INFJ's trust or compromise their values, they'll struggle to maintain the relationship. This doesn't mean they're unforgiving. They just prioritize relationships that align with their principles. An example, if you break a promise or act in a way that goes against the INFJ's values, they'll likely distance themselves to protect their emotional well-being. How to bridge the gap. Be honest, dependable, and true to your word. Show the INFJ that you share their commitment to loyalty and integrity, and they'll value the relationship more deeply. Reason 7. They detach when they feel unappreciated. INFJs are incredibly giving individuals. They pour their energy into the people they care about, offering emotional support, thoughtful gestures, and unwavering loyalty. However, they also need to feel that their efforts are valued. When their contributions go unnoticed or taken for granted, INFJs start to detach. Why this matters. INFJs don't seek grand gestures or constant praise, but they do need to feel that their kindness is acknowledged. Feeling unappreciated can drain their emotional reserves and make them question the balance in the relationship. They thrive on reciprocity, not in material terms, but in mutual emotional investment. An example. Imagine an INFJ who consistently supports a friend during tough times, listening, offering advice, and being a comforting presence. If that friend never reciprocates, perhaps brushing off the INFJ's struggles or failing to express gratitude, the INFJ will likely withdraw. They don't need the spotlight, but they need to know that their presence matters. How to bridge the gap. Show gratitude for their efforts. A simple thank you or acknowledgement of their support goes a long way. Let them know that their contributions, no matter how subtle, are meaningful to you. Reason 8. They struggle in environments with constant conflict or drama. INFJs thrive in peaceful, harmonious environments. While they are capable of navigating challenging situations, constant conflict, drama, or negativity can leave them feeling drained and overwhelmed. If they associate you with unnecessary tension, they may quietly remove themselves from the equation. Why this matters. INFJs are natural mediators and problem solvers, but they are also highly sensitive to emotional turbulence. They absorb the energy around them, which means prolonged exposure to toxic environments can take a toll on their well-being. To protect their mental health, they prioritize avoiding unnecessary conflict. An example. Suppose a workplace is rife with office politics, gossip, and passive-aggressive behavior. An INFJ might initially try to mediate or bring peace to the group, but if the drama persists, they'll likely retreat. Similarly, in personal relationships, They'll distance themselves from individuals who thrive on chaos or negativity. How to bridge the gap? Avoid unnecessary drama and focus on open, honest communication. If you're in conflict, approach them with the intent to resolve the issue constructively. INFJs appreciate directness and a willingness to find common ground. Reason 9. They're often misunderstood. As one of the rarest personality types, INFJs often feel like they don't quite fit in. Their unique combination of emotional depth, introspection, and vision can make them difficult for others to understand. When they sense that someone doesn't get them, they may hesitate to invest deeply in the relationship. Why this matters? INFJs long for meaningful connections, but they're also acutely aware of how rare it is to find someone who truly understands them. If they feel like their thoughts, feelings, or intentions are misinterpreted, they'll struggle to fully open up, leading to a sense of detachment. An example: if an INFJ shares a heartfelt idea or emotion, only to have it dismissed or misunderstood, they may retreat. This isn't about holding a grudge. It's about feeling unseen or undervalued. How to bridge the gap? Take the time to understand them. Ask thoughtful questions, listen actively, and show genuine interest in their inner world. Even if you don't fully grasp their perspective, your willingness to try will mean a lot to them. Reason 10. They prioritize their vision and purpose at their core. INFJs are driven by a sense of purpose. They often feel called to make a meaningful impact, whether through their careers, creative pursuits, or personal growth. This focus on their vision means they are highly selective about how they spend their time and energy. Why this matters? If a relationship doesn't align with their long-term goals or values, INFJs may deprioritize it. This isn't about arrogance or selfishness. It's about staying true to their purpose. They're willing to walk alone if it means staying on the path that feels authentic to them. An example: an INFJ might choose to dedicate their evenings to writing a novel or volunteering for a cause they're passionate about, even if it means declining social invitations. They're not trying to be distant, they're simply focused on what feels meaningful and fulfilling. How to bridge the gap? Respect their priorities and support their vision. Show interest in what drives them and look for ways to align your relationship with their goals. When they feel like you value their purpose, they'll be more willing to let you into their world. Reason 11. They crave emotional depth. INFJs are not content with surface-level interactions. They crave emotional depth in their relationships, valuing open and honest communication. If someone is unwilling or unable to engage with them on a deeper level, INFJs may feel disconnected and pull away. Why this matters? INFJs thrive in relationships where they can explore the full range of human emotions, from joy to vulnerability. If a relationship feels shallow or transactional, it doesn't fulfill their need for authenticity and emotional resonance. An example: if an INFJ is having a heartfelt conversation about their passions or struggles, but the other person responds with indifference or superficial comments, they'll feel unseen and undervalued. This lack of emotional depth can lead them to withdraw from the connection. How to bridge the gap? Show a willingness to go deep, ask meaningful questions, share your own vulnerabilities, and create a space where the INFJ feels safe to express their emotions. They'll appreciate the effort and feel more connected to you. Reason 12. They value personal growth. INFJs are constantly striving to improve themselves and grow emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. They are drawn to people who share this commitment to self-development. If someone is resistant to change or growth, INFJs may find it difficult to connect with them. Why do this matters? INFJs believe that life is a journey of continuous learning and growth. Relationships that lack this shared focus on evolution can feel stagnant and unfulfilling to them. An example: an INFJ might struggle to connect with a friend who complains about their circumstances, but refuses to take steps toward improvement. They value action and growth over complacency, and may distance themselves from those who seem stuck in a negative cycle. How to bridge the gap? Show a commitment to your own growth. Whether it's learning a new skill, working on emotional intelligence, or pursuing personal goals, your dedication to self-improvement will resonate with an INFJ and strengthen your bond. Reason 13. They can sense when they're being used. INFJs are highly intuitive and can often tell when someone is trying to take advantage of their kindness or empathy. They are naturally giving and supportive, but if they feel like their generosity is being exploited, they won't hesitate to pull away. Why this matters? INFJs value reciprocity and mutual respect in their relationships. When they sense that someone is only interested in what they can get from them, it undermines the trust and balance they need to feel secure in the connection. An example: if someone constantly leans on an INFJ for emotional support but is unavailable when the INFJ needs help, they'll recognize the imbalance and likely withdraw to protect their energy. How to bridge the gap? Show genuine appreciation for their support and be there for them when they need you. Acknowledge their efforts and ensure that the relationship feels balanced and reciprocal. Reason 14. They need intellectual stimulation. INFJs love exploring ideas, concepts, and philosophies that challenge their minds and expand their perspectives. If a relationship lacks intellectual depth, they may find it hard to stay engaged. Why this matters? For INFJs, conversations about the latest trends or surface-level topics aren't enough. They crave discussions about purpose, meaning, and the intricacies of life. Without this level of stimulation, they may feel disconnected and uninspired. An example: an INFJ might lose interest in someone who only wants to talk about celebrity gossip or trivial matters. On the other hand, they'll light up when discussing topics like the meaning of existence, personal growth, or societal change. How to bridge the gap? Engage them in thought-provoking conversations. Ask about their ideas, values, and visions for the future. Showing curiosity and a willingness to dive deeper will keep them intellectually engaged and emotionally connected. Reason 15. They need time to trust. INFJs don't rush into relationships. They take their time to observe, evaluate, and determine whether someone is trustworthy before fully opening up. This cautious approach can make them seem distant or aloof initially. Why this matters? INFJs value deep, meaningful connections, but they need to feel secure before letting someone into their inner world. If someone tries to force closeness too quickly, it can feel invasive and push them further away. An example: an INFJ might hesitate to share personal details with a new friend or partner until they've seen consistent actions that demonstrate reliability and integrity. This isn't about being secretive, it's about ensuring emotional safety. How to bridge the gap? Be patient and consistent. Show them through your actions that you're trustworthy and reliable. Give them the space they need to feel comfortable, and over time, they'll open up to you fully. INFJs aren't indifferent. They're intentional about where they invest their energy. By understanding these reasons, you can navigate your relationship with an INFJ more effectively and appreciate the unique dynamics of their personality. Which of these reasons resonated with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights into personality and psychology. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.